What's going on, you guys? Kamikazevondoom here with another Division video, and before I get started with this build video, I just want to throw out that disclaimer. That's why I have this emote on. Don't kill the messenger, you guys. I'm a content creator, and I'm going to throw out as much content that I can. So don't get mad because I'm telling the world about this. We all know the world is already doing this. This is going to be, as you guys can see, my Nomad. I've already done a Nomad build for every patch that's ever happened. However, I have not done a 1.8.3 Team Nomad. So what I'm going to do, a lot of you guys hit me up in the comment section during that Nomad build asking for Team Nomad builds. And then again, even yesterday on my Strike She build, I got more comments about seeing the Nomad. So I figured not only am I going to give you the Team Nomad, I'm going to give you 6 Team Nomad builds. Oh yeah, let's look at his back end. Yeah, that's sexy. I guess that's okay. Alright, so I'm going to give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to give you 6 Team Nomad builds. This is going to be the first one. So I'll let you guys look at that while I'm explaining what's happening. And I don't like the angle. There we go. Alright, so I'll let you guys look at that while I'm explaining this. Basically, I released a solo Nomad build, and it does good, but it's for solo. Now, we've had a lot of comments and a lot of discussion and conversations about different procs for Nomad, different ways of running it solo to make it the best, blah, blah, blah. However, in the end, it's still a nerfed 6-piece solo Nomad. You don't want that. Everybody is asking for the Team Nomad. Everyone wants to know, what can I do to fully optimize or fully engulf in this Nomad and do the best I can with it, but in a team? Yeah, they might have nerfed it for, the 6-piece, but that 5-piece is still kicking. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys 6 different ways to run Nomad in a team. I'm going to give you guys different variants. So what if you don't have the chest piece? What if you don't have the mask? What if you don't have, the gloves or the backpack or the knee pads? I got you covered. Let's get into it. So if you guys do enjoy this video, smash that like and subscribe to the channel. I'm Kamikazevondoom, and I'm not going anywhere. So I'll see you guys in Division 2 and all that jazz, so you might as well jump on the train now, because we're going all the way there. Anyways, so with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into this. I'm going to timestamp each of these builds, so this timestamp will be for the 5-piece with the Barrett's Bulletproof Vest. So, getting into this, you can see right off the bat with my numbers, I have 6,680 firearms, giving me a primary DPS of 420,000. And my stamina is at 6,420, giving me a toughness of 480,000. And my electronics, bare bones. However, my skill power is a little bit higher than normal. It's usually around 89,000. But right now it's just under 98,000. So we'll get into that, and we'll get into why. But first and foremost, I'm going to go through the Nomad set bonuses. I'm only going to go through the first 5 because we are not going to talk about the 6-piece at all. So let me do that. I'll knock that out of the way. Therefore, all the other builds will be short and sweet. So you have your Nomad, and you've got your set bonuses. Well, set bonus 2 gives you that 15% health on kill. So every time you get that kill, that's immediately 15% of health. It's amazing. I love that about Nomad. Anyways, so set bonus 3 gives you that Nomad Resolve talent. It grants you a small amount of healing and allows the user to regenerate all segments of health during combat. So now not only are you getting regenerative health out of combat, but now you're getting it during combat as well. So set bonus 4. Everyone knows that talent Path of the Nomad. When you receive fatal damage and your character should die or get down on a knee, instead you're going to be healed to full health, and that'll happen every 4 minutes. So to to get like a little perspective on that, you see there's a little green Nomad symbol under my grenades. However, when I reach Fatal Death and that Path of Nomad kicks in, that green Nomad symbol will turn red. It will not be green again for another 4 minutes. And that's what they're saying. So that's the Path of the Nomad right there, that square. Little symbol for the Nomad. Anyways, let's finish this up. Set bonus 5 gives you additional 10% health on kill, bringing that up to 25% health on kill. And then on top of that, you get that talent Improved Nomad's Resolve. Now all the amount of healing from Nomad's Resolve can now give you an overheal. So if you see my character right now, I do have an overheal over my health bar. And my Path of Nomad is active because the little green Nomad symbol is full and sitting there, waiting. Anyways, so that is your set bonuses for the 5-piece Nomad. Now, the one that makes this one special for the Team Nomad for the first build is going to be this Barrett's Bulletproof Vest. Now, what this is the talent. No skills on cooldown increases your skill power by 10%. That is why you see that skill power is at 97,000 instead of 88 or 89,000. However, when I hit one of my skills and it is then on cooldown, my damage is increased by 5%. And then if I hit another skill and that's on cooldown, 2 skills on cooldown increases your armor by 10%. So you're getting skill power 10%, no skills, 1 on cooldown, 5% on damage, and 2 on cooldown, 10% on armor. Now the attributes I'm running on this, let's go ahead and knock that out. I have EDR and health. Obviously you want EDR from the pred, grenades, flame turrets, etc., etc. Health, self-explanatory. Ammo capacity, again, self-explanatory. What I'm running on this, the 2 mods, are firearms and crit chance on both. Now going into the Nomad pieces, starting off with the backpack. It is rolled stamina, the attributes crit hit damage and burn resistance, and the mods I am running, firearms, crit chance, and 2 first aid self-heal mods. Let's go to the gloves. God rolled for SMG, meaning SMG damage, crit chance, and it is rolled stamina. Go to the mask, firearms, with crit chance and disorient resistance. You can change up the resistance, you can take it to damage to elites, what have you. Now the one mod I'm running on that, again, firearms with crit chance. I do run crit on almost all my builds. So if you do like your DPS builds and you do like seeing high numbers, you might want to check out my build videos. So, back to the knee pads, firearms, attributes, crit damage, and minor attributes, disorient resistance, damage to elites, and kill XP. A lot of you would take off the elites and XP and put on, burn, shock, bleed, what have you. Now the knee pad mods, firearms, crit chance, and first aid self-heal. And finally, that holster. Fully optimized 1401 across the board, crit chance as that major attribute, and first aid self-heal for that prototype mod. So that is your gear. I'm not really going to go through the Nomad set bonuses and gear too much throughout the other builds because they will relatively be the same. However, these 2 weapons will change almost every build. The only thing that will stay the same is going to be this pistol. It has predatory on it. Remember that killing a target with this weapon out will regenerate your health 35% over 20 seconds. So that on top of the health on kill, on top of the Nomad's Resolve, you're getting a lot of health fast. Now let's talk about these 2 weapons. I chose a house and lightweight M4. Both, as you guys can see, deadly unforgiving. So for the house, it is deadly unforgiving card counter, and for the lightweight M4, it is deadly unforgiving predatory. Now yes, you can take out predatory, put in responsive or prepared. I actually recommend that. That'd be nice. I take the predatory on there again because if I'm shooting people at long range, I'm not going to have time to take out my pistol and hit them, so I just keep shooting them with my lightweight M4, get that predatory to proc, and go on with the next one. So let's start off with the primary. So it is a fully optimized house, unforgiving deadly, 20.9k base damage, normal rate of fire. So you can already tell that I'm running high crits on this build. So for the deadly unforgiving house, I have the loud vent break. 19 on the crit damage, 6 on the headshot damage, 3 on the crit chance. Small grip, 19 on the crit damage, 5 on that reload speed, and 2.5 on the stability. Extended mag, 120.5 on the mag size, crit damage and crit chance, and that pro red dot sight that has crit damage, crit chance, and headshot damage. Remember to get the most crits, the most bang out of your butt, get the 19 on the loud vent break, small grip, and pro red dot sight. You can use the C79 scope if you'd like. Going on to the secondary, lightweight M4, fully optimized, 18.4k on the base damage, deadly unforgiving, predatory. Go to the mods, relatively the same, crit oriented, so that loud vent break, I have 19 on that crit damage right there. Small grip, again, 19 on the crit damage. However, I am running the mini reflex sight, which is procced more into crit chance. And finally, that extended mag, I have rate of fire and crit chance on that as well. That gives me a secondary DPS of 320 and a primary DPS of 422. Now, moving on to the character sheet, before we wrap up this build, you see that my firearms and stamina are relatively the same. You can change those however you would like. My deadly unforgiving is at 51 crit chance, 136 crit damage, 62 headshot damage. Now I do have that 25% health on kill, 16 on the damage to elites. So, let's see, 319 on the health, and it is fully optimized, 8008 on the armor. That is pretty much this first build. I run booster and the scrambler on all of these builds along with the tac link. So all of those will be the same, and same with the talents. I'm running adrenaline, critical save, combat medic, and precision. So those will be on all 6 builds as well. So without further ado, that is your deadly unforgiving 5-piece Nomad with the Barrett's bulletproof vest. So let's go on to the second one. So I will timestamp the second build. This is going to be the 5-piece Nomad with the Savage gloves. This is going to be a really high max crit damage, max crit chance build. So let's jump into it. So it's going to be a dual house 5-piece Nomad with Savage gloves. Now we've already gone through Nomad and you know all that jazz. So let's get into what's new. Savage. These Savage gloves, they're just, high-end gloves. What are they? Gunslinger, but the talent is Savage. The critical hit chance is increased by 7% against all targets out of cover. So you kind of have to think of that as the same logic as Banshee. When you're doing PvP, more times than not, the enemy is out of cover. Therefore, this Savage talent is procced 9 times out of 10. Now, everyone knows the Division 2 might be cover-based, blah, 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 but for this game, Savage works. Now, the way I have this set up is same as my other gloves, SMG damage, crit damage, and crit chance. This one is fully optimized, and it is rolled to firearms. Now, what's different between this build and the Barrett's 5-piece build is I am spec'd higher into firearms. I'm at 7,700 compared to the 6,600 in the last build. So my firearms are higher, and I'm getting more crit chance out of those Savage gloves. So, before we get into the weapons, let's go ahead and just breeze through these gear pieces real quick. Chest piece, stamina, health, enemy armor damage, and ammo capacity, and firearms crit chance. Backpack, stamina, crit damage, burn resistance, firearms crit chance, and 2 first aid self-heal mods. If you want to put pulse crit hit chance mods on this build in particular, go for it. I am running the pulse just like on all the other builds I'm showing you today. So yeah, the pulse could help even more with those mods. However, you're already getting the Savage. You see that my primary is the Vicious Deadly, so you know I've got 6136 already on top of the Savage, on top of the Precision, and on top of that, the Pulse. So it's going to be crit central. So, getting into that, we're going to go to the holster, 1401 across the board with crit hit chance. Again, first aid self-heal mod. Go to the knee pads, firearms with crit hit damage, and the minor attributes you can switch, firearms crit chance, and first aid self-heal mod. Go to the mask, again, firearms, crit chance, and disorient resistance with, you guessed it, firearms crit chance. And that is the gear. So I am running all firearms crit chance mods, and I'm running all first aid self-heal mods on this particular build. So the pistol is the same. Remember that Predatory. Predatory's king. I love it. I know a lot of people use the blue items and do it that way, but I'm going to stick with this. It's not broke, so I'm not going to fix it. Alright, so into this, my Deadly Vicious, as you guys can see, 6136. On top of that, with the Savage, giving you an additional 7% to damage at cover. And on top of that, your Scrambler giving you another 7% chance and 7% damage. With Precision, remember I have Precision on, so it's quite a number of crits. Alright, anyways, so primary, Deadly Vicious card counter. It is fully optimized. Both of these are fully optimized. 22.4k base damage. Secondary, Unforgiving Deadly, obviously. When I lose that 1 bar of health, and there's just no way I'm going to get healed up fast enough, switch to that Unforgiving Deadly, mow him down, get that health on kill. I mean, you could even get that Predatory proc and have a nice day. So, going to the mods, we're going to breeze through this real quick. All crit centered, so Loud Vent Break, crit damage, headshot damage, crit chance. Small Grip, crit damage, reload speed, stability. Extended Mag, crit damage, crit chance, and mag size. And that red dot sight, crit damage, crit chance, and headshot damage. So go to the Unforgiving Deadly. Pretty much the exact same. All crit and headshot, except for I have accuracy on the Small Grip, and I have rate of fire on the Extended Mag. And then, of course, that sidearm with Predatory. So this build, now that I'm breezing through this, I can explain it a little bit clearer. So this build is a high DPS max crit build. So this is a build where you know your Nomad, you know you got your proc ready, so you're going to go run down their throat, hit them with as much crits as possible, get that kill, scare everybody, and go on to the next one. I call it the bum rush build. A lot of high DPS builds are bum rush builds. You rush in, maybe even somebody pops a blue, you catch everyone off guard, and you mow them all down before they can get their stuff together. So I love this. This build will wreck. If you use this in a team, it will be perfect. Oh man, the only thing I would add to this is maybe have someone run like a turret or like a support station to heal you or something. But besides that, this build will mow down the competition. Doesn't matter where you use this build. This is my number one variant for Nomad. This is the way I run it. The other variants are other ways you can run this build, but this is the number one way I run the 5-piece Team Nomad. It has all the crits, it has the health on kill, the Predatory, it's got it all. You got the Scrambler so they don't see you, they can't pulse you. It's just a good day. So, let's fly through that character sheet. Again, 6136, 22.4 on the base damage. Let's see. It's pretty much the same. I've got 6% on the enemy armor damage, 25 on the health on kill. So yeah, it's all the same. It is fully optimized, 8008 again. And the health did drop from, what was it? I think it was 320 to 287. So this is a glass cannon compared to the last build. But that is your 5-piece Nomad with Savage Gloves, max crit chance, max crit damage build. This build will mow, I promise you. Let me know how you guys like that. That is a great build. Alright, so moving on, we'll go ahead and timestamp this one. This is going to be my, okay. This is going to be my 5-piece with Tenacious. So for all of you that have your 5-piece Nomad and you're waiting for a mask, put on Tenacious. The reason why I was double guessing which one I had on is because I also run Refreshed. Now there are more variants out there you can use. I'm just using the top 6 that I would use personally. And for me, using the Tenacious is better than the Refreshed. Only because of that damage. Besides that, the healing off of that Refreshed is bar none. But anyways, so this is going to be the 5-piece with Tenacious. And I am running, again, House, Lightweight M4. Both deadly unforgiving, and that pistol, that's the same. So the big change out of all this is going to be the Tenacious mask. Why did I use it? Well, that talent Tenacious increases your damage by 10% when you use a med kit, and that lasts for 10 seconds. So let me just put that into perspective for you. So right now I'm at 429 DPS. Obviously, I'm still kinda in the safe zone, so it's not gonna really show the card counter at all. Oh yeah, I'll help you out. What's up? What you need? Water? Sure. All right. Let me. I need to record that little clip right there and let people do a caption for it because that was pretty funny. Anyway, so you're not gonna get the card counter out of here. However, I can show you. So I'm at, what is it, 429? So 429, hit a med kit. 468, hit a booster. 525 and 525, guys. A 5-piece with Tenacious. Now, as you guys can see, the stats are pretty even. They're both at 6,500 apiece. This is a very balanced build, and that is why I'm running both of the deadly unforgiving weapons, because I expect to be lower than that 1 health bar at some point. However, until I am, I can use that Tenacious as my best friend. So yes, you could run, what do I have here? You could run the Deadly Vicious, you could run the Responsive Deadly, or the Destructive Deadly. I mean, all those are great, but for me, the Deadly Unforgiving, this is a team build. So I'll mow them down with that Tenacious. However, if they want to try to face tank me and mow me down or focus me, that Unforgiving will come in handy. So both are fully optimized. However, the base damages do change. So the house base damage is now at 20.7 and the lightweight M4 base damage is at 18.2. So did we finish off the Tenacious? So the Tenacious is crit chance and damage to elites. You could put a resistance mod on, or resistance as a minor attribute, but I do like my damage to elites because there's nothing more like cringeworthy than you're running as a manhunt or you're chasing manhunts or anything to do with rogues, and you're in like DZ 6 or above, and they're all elites and they're all like taking all your health away. So I use that damage to elites to turn around, turn and burn on that NPC, knock them out, and get back in the fight. So with that Tenacious done, it is not fully optimized. But let's go ahead and wrap up these weapons. So the mods I am running on the Deadly Unforgiving are, again, crit based. So let's just rock through this. Loud Vent Break, crit damage, crit chance, headshot damage. Small Grip, stability, reload speed, crit damage. Extended mag, I am running Rate of Fire, crit chance, and magazine size, and that pro red dot sight, crit damage, crit chance, and headshot damage. Now going to the lightweight M4, pretty much the exact same. Loud Vent Break, Small Grip, Extended mag, and a mini reflex sight. And then of course you have your pistol with predatory. So the main difference are going to be in the stats. So again, I have 6,551 on the firearms and 6,549 on the stamina. Gives me 429 on the DPS and 485 on the toughness. Now going into the Deadly Unforgiving house for this build, I have 51 on the crit chance and 132 on the crit damage. I don't have 136 because I changed the rate of fire. Basically, I don't need more crit damage. I could, but this build is more on the raw damage side. Hey, I can face tank you, but I also have raw damage to beat you. Now, if you remember, popping that med kit and doing a booster shot alone put me up to 525 on the DPS and toughness. So just face tanking that alone, on top of me being a Nomad with an overheal, and I have that constant healing, it's pretty much no-brainer. So getting into that, let's see. Let's rock these mods. Firearms with crit chance. Firearms with crit chance. Firearms with crit chance. And firearms with crit chance. All first aid self-heal mods around the board. Now you can change this up. You can make it more tanky. You can make it more DPS. But this is a great build to use. You could even use that refreshed like I showed you guys earlier. And get some more healing when you're in your last segment of health. But that is my 5-piece Tenacious. So we'll go ahead and we'll throw that one away. And we will timestamp number 4. Number 4 is going to be 5-piece Nomad with Specialized Backpack. This is going to be another max crit chance, max crit damage build. Meaning basically I have all crit mods, including my extended mag as crit, and I have my Deadly Vicious house. Again, when I'm using Deadly Vicious, you know I'm going to use Deadly Unforgiving as my secondary, because as soon as I get out of that one segment of health and I can't heal myself, I'm going to go back into the Unforgiving Deadly. This guy just walked up on me like he wanted something. Alright. Anyways, so the main difference out of this one is the Specialized Backpack. And Specialized gives you that talent. Specialized adds 200% of firearms and stamina to your skill power. So I have this one rolled firearms with crit damage and ammo capacity. You can change the ammo capacity for resistance if you want. That is up to you. Now, I have way too much firearms for this build being specialized. So what I did is I threw a stamina crit chance mod on the backpack. There's another stamina crit chance mod on my vest. And that's it. The rest are firearms. So 3 firearms, 2 stamina crit chance mods, and first aid self-heal mods across the board. So that Specialized basically took my firearms and my toughness and my stamina and added it to my electronics, 200% to be exact. So instead of the 88 or 89,000 skill power, I have 115,000 skill power. So just for that, the pulse is usually 7.3 and 7.3. Now it's 10 and 10, which is a huge thing. Also, my booster shot heals me and allies more now. And that's all because of the Specialized. The Specialized doesn't go away, so I will forever have 115,000 skill power on this build. Now, as far as the firearms and stamina are concerned, you can see that I'm speccing more into the DPS. I'm at 7,200 firearms with only 5,800 stamina. I could go way more into firearms, but for me, this is like right there at the edge of being stupid or not. This is a great build. You can take some damage, but for the most part, it's pretty squishy. But if you have that survivability up, go for it. Have fun. This is a great build to have. So the mods you already know that are on these weapons. The only thing is I will go through the character sheet. So I am at 7,200, giving me that primary DPS of 462. Just for shits and giggles, let's do this. Just with the booster, I'm at 424, well 425 and 493. So yes, you could still face tank people as well. Now, that was that part. So base damage 24.5k. 24.5k. 60, 136, 62. You still have the 6 enemy armor damage, which, you know, it's nice. But for the most part, this is a great Team Nomad build. Yet another good one. Your pulse is a little bit stronger, and your booster kicks a lot harder. I do recommend this one. If you guys do enjoy the specialized and you think I should do more specialized hybrids or specialized variants, whatever you want to call it, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll be happy to show you guys some more specialized builds. But for the most part, you have your Deadly Vicious, Deadly Unforgiving, and your Predatory. Don't forget that specialized and your 5 Nomad. Alright, that was a pretty good one. So let's go timestamp to my 3-piece variant. Now this is one that I was actually requested to do. Somebody out there just started the game back up and they only have 3 pieces of Nomad, and they wanted to know, how could I use this? Well, this is how you could use it. Obviously, you have the mask, the knee pads, and the holster. So what I did is I added the Savage Gloves. You remember, crit chance 7% to all targets out of cover. I added the Barretts. If you guys see the skill power, no skills on cooldown increases my skill power by 10%. 1 on cooldown gives me a damage buff of 5%, and 2 on cooldown gives me an armor buff of 10%. And finally, that NinjaBike messenger bag. Basically what this does is it fills a slot of backpack, and it tells all your gear sets that now you have another one. So instead of having 3 Nomad, my set bonuses, I have up to set bonus 4. So I still get that proc. Now, you're not going to get the overheal on this because you don't have the 5-piece and you're not running a overdose. However, you do get your 1 Nomad proc. So, the main difference in this one is this NinjaBike. It is rolled firearms, and I have a crit hit damage mod and bleed resistance. Or crit hit damage as the major attribute and bleed resistance as the minor. Stamina crit chance and 2 first aid self heal. Now, let's see here. Firearms crit chance, stamina crit chance, and stamina crit chance. So 3 stamina crit chance and 2 firearms crit chance. All first aid self-heal mods. So this again is another 60-136 max crit build. However, this one hits even harder. This has 8,000 firearms. On top of that, you're getting the buff from your Barretts, and you're getting the Savage Gloves buff. So, you know, let's see it. 575. That's giving me almost 27k base damage. And that's only a 3-piece, guys. That's only 3. That's a pretty strong build. Obviously, the stamina is way low. So, yes, you are beyond squishy. I don't recommend running the 3-piece Nomad, but if you're ballsy, this is how I would do it. I'd go straight at them. Every time. They don't think you're a Nomad, they'll blow through it, you'll get that proc, and you'll kill the whole team. Anyways, but that's just me. So, remember, Deadly Vicious, Deadly Unforgiving, that Predatory as your secondary. Go into the character sheet. 8,000 on the firearms, 4,800 on the stamina. Really ballsy, really stupid build, but it's a lot of fun. 23.8k on the base damage, 60 on the crit chance, and 136 on the crit damage. Again, I've only got 15 health on damage, or health on kill, and that's because I only have 3-piece Nomad. But that is the 3-piece. Now let's go ahead and timestamp the final variant. This is going to be the 5-piece Nomad with the Shortbow's knee pads. So, the main difference on here, as you guys can see, I have a different secondary, a different primary, and different knee pads. So, let's start off with the knee pads. Rolled, oh, swerve. They are Shortbow Championship pads. My bad, you guys, my bad. Anyways, it is rolled firearms. The talent that makes this so special is the Shortbow Championship pads talent. The fuse time on grenades is now reduced to 0.2 seconds. Now I have bleed, shock, and disorient resistance and crit hit damage as the attributes, with firearms crit chance and first aid self-heal mod. So just to show you guys what the 0.2 fuse time is, throw it, boom, done. No more of those waiting with the red circle. It's just throw it, done. Anyways, now the other big difference are the weapons. But let's go ahead and swing through these mods real quick. Firearms crit chance. Firearms crit chance. Firearms crit chance. And firearms crit chance. All first aid self-heal mods. Now, the weapons I am using for this build in particular is the House and Warlord. Both fully optimized. House is at 20.7k base damage, and the Warlord is at 24.6k base damage. Now, why am I using the Warlord? Because of that final talent, Play Rough. Damage taken is reduced by 20% when you're firing this weapon. The taken damage is applied when you stop firing. And I am running the responsive deadly card counter House. So right out the gate, you guys can see the firearms and stamina are relatively the same. This is another pretty balanced build. I do like the balanced builds. The survivability is higher, and the damage is there, but you need to make your shots. But it's a great balanced build. Now, of course, with the short bows on, you have to lob nades. So just keep throwing those grenades over and over and over. So, let's start off with the responsive deadly House. Now, again, they are all crit based. The only difference is the extended mag has rate of fire on it. So that does drop. Yeah, that drops my crit damage to 132 instead of 136. But I still have the 51 crit chance. And I still have the 6% enemy armor damage as well. It is not bad at all. Remember that responsive gives you an additional 10% when you're closer than 10 meters. 9 times out of 10 you will be, so you're going to get that 10% buff. Let's go ahead and see this. Booster. Alright, 485, 524. Not bad. 388 on the Warlord. Still not bad. So, Warlord, same concept, deadly responsive, and that play rough. Remember that damage is reduced while you're firing it. So yes, you can face tank people and get the 20% less damage while you're doing so. Again, same mods as before with Light Wind and 4. Rugged Mini Reflex, Loud Vent Brake, Small Grip, and that extended mag with rate of fire. And finally, that sidearm that has Predatory. So all that and a bag of chips. And that one is pretty balanced. But that's it, you guys. That is all 6 variants. I hope you guys stuck through it. There were quite a number of builds to go through. But you guys asked, so I decided to go ahead and throw everything at you. So, in the comment section below, let me know which one you guys like the most. If there is one of these in particular that you want me to go into detail about and go slower and just make a whole separate build video on it, let me know in the comment section as well. Besides that, smash that like if you guys enjoyed it. I am Kamikazevondoom. If you guys need any help at all, let me know in the comment section or on Xbox, Facebook, Instagram, what have you. I am on it. Just look me up, Kamikazevondoom. But again, don't shoot the messenger. I'm only here to give you guys good content. But I'm out of here, guys. Peace.